Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Dan. And today, I'm continuing my Disney movie marathon. We're reviewing a Disney live action film, obviously. So, the film I'm going to be reviewing is the one I bought recently, and I just got to watching it. A sports film titled Miracle. Yes, sir. Yeah, I was like, if you've been around my YouTube channel long enough, you could tell I'm not really a sports fan, really. And I tend to avoid I tend to avoid sports themed movies and stuff. I mean, okay, there's some exception to the rule when it comes to sports, well, I guess. That's like one of those few sport things I would play with, I guess. Well, that and rubber roses, I guess. Yeah, I'm calling wrestling a sport because, as far as I'm concerned, wrestling is a sport, and this is definitely one of the more obscure video game titles, I guess you can say. But I really did enjoy it, honestly. But for general speak, I tend to avoid it, I guess. But anyway, I'm gonna review a live action thing right here, folks. So, of course, as always, I do have the top of the plot. So, let's get into it, shall we? Yes, sir. So yeah, of course, this can be one of those movies that's gonna be trying to be one of those awe-inspiring type movies. So, of course, the theme here is to be inspiring and whatnot, of course, obviously. So, in this particular movie, we get to see that the characters really want to, I guess, be a part of this particular team, so to speak. The University of this particular place, of this hockey team, the head coach, let's just say that he does interview with the United States Olympics for the national team coach job, discussing his philosophy, so to speak, to defeat the Soviet team, calling for changes to the practice schedule and of course a particular strategy and whatnot. So that's going to be the added context that the Olympics games are coming and doing the Cold War, so to speak. So there's like the whole Cold War thing going on, and I know when during the Cold War, that was a particular tough time, so to speak. With the actual American soldiers, and they actually showed footage. Well, in the beginning of the movie, anyway, they showed footage of about the Cold War, which was a state of, let's just say, a big global kind of a thing, so to speak. And it was really intense and whatnot. It was basically after World War II and between the powers in so on years, the Soviet Union and its satellites and whatnot. And of course, there's also the whole powers of, when it comes to the United States and whatnot. So there's a huge conflict during that particular time. See, the Cold War actually happened, of course. So what happened then? They kind of trying to apply it, to this movie, so to speak. So it's making in some ways pretty interesting if you ask me, but it's fine, I guess. So yeah, but anyway. So of course, as a result, of course, it adds this political dilemma to the efforts to defeat the Russians in here, folks. But anyway, this film overall, I can say it's actually pretty good, I guess. Like I said, I'm not really a sports fan, really, as a whole. Most of these types of movies are pretty bad. I mean, there's a few good sports movies, but they're like too few and too in between. I've reviewed some Disney sports movies before, but it's been such a long time since I actually reviewed Disney sports films. See, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. That's how little I watch these kind of movies. It's been such a while. But overall, you can say this is like a hockey themed kind of movie, I guess. But it's not bad. It's pretty good. And yeah, it's supposed to be all inspiring, so it might be a little cheesy because of that. But hey, majority sports movies, even the good sports movies, are kind of cheesy to begin with. So whatever. So overall, folks, I liked it. There's a good story going on, and I'm all for a good story, obviously. The characters are pretty likable. It's well directed. This film may not have the biggest budget in the world, but you know, it's doable. This has a pretty solid budget overall. I did like the premise, and I thought it was well executed overall. And I will give this film a high recommendation for anyone that has not seen this as of yet. A solid movie overall. Yes, sorry. I like the acting. The acting's pretty good as a whole, and I like the musical score too. The musical score is pretty good, and of course, it does have some pretty cool behind the features, as you can see right here, folks. So yeah. For DVD, this was actually quite surprising. There was quite a bit of special features and whatnot. And yeah, well, it's a 2-disc edition I'm reviewing here, folks. Especially a 2-disc edition here. Get the movie itself, and then it goes on a separate disc that it was coming on a separate disc that yeah, I have it somewhere around here. Yeah, but anyway, point here is that the 2-disc special edition is actually worth it if you ask me. I did like what they were doing with this, folks. So again, there's something that definitely I would recommend. Yes, sir. It's a good film. It really is. And it's well written, it's well delivered, and overall, it's really definitely well crafted. I did like the personality of the characters, of course, and that's the thing. One thing I didn't notice that when it comes to Disney, not a whole lot of people would review some of the live action stuff, so I want to take this as an opportunity to do so. I guess you could say. So this, let's say, check it out. Even if you're not a sports fan at all, like me, I would say give it a shot, folks. Yes, give it a shot anyway. So it'll get an overall rating of a 6.5 out of 10. It gets a 6.5 out of 10 because, you know, it's a solid movie. I liked it. So of course, as always, thanks for watching. Take care. See ya. Oh yeah. Hey Rocky, stop sitting with the camera and get a job, will you? Yeah, don't ignore me. I said get a job. Hey, don't ignore me, boy. Ugh, fine, be like that.